Hey everyone, welcome back. Part 6 of this madness. So, all I've done off camera is I put in a fence over there. It just runs down to that clubhouse. I put in a little putting green just in front of the clubhouse there. I've made a little clubhouse area. Hasn't not finished yet, but just a rough idea. And I just sorted out some of the bunkers and put two big trees in on the right. So I just sort of sorted out the bunkers a bit, just sculpted them a bit more and put them in order how I wanted them. So I think today's mission is going to be to get a bit of planting done in and around the tee box and definitely along that right side and along this little back section leading up to the green. So I'm going to start along here, just putting some generic bushes and stuff that we've got. We might need to put a little bit of rock work in down the right hand side of this sort of water's edge, just to finish that off a little bit, and we'll be using a bit of grass. Path's not too bad. Wasn't sure how that was going to look. We need to get some stuff in along here. So like I said, I think I've got a rough idea of how I'm doing it now. Just my only bugbear still is the blooming surface weather, and that's really annoying me. It's a great theme, it looks wicked. All the mountains and all inlets and the town in the background, and everything looks really cool, but just the fact that I can't surface weather is really getting to me. Sort of such a good way of blending fairways, so I'm gonna have to try it to get it in somehow, to get it blended nicely. But we're just gonna lay a stack of bushes along this right hand side now. Check out our tee shot. Oh, don't encroach too far over onto the path. There's two bushes there that have. End of the day, I can sort all that out and I polish it all up. We're running a little bit of grass around here as well. We just want to fill in all these gaps, make it look really heavily planted. Still only on 3.8% for the first half, which is pretty good. So it's going well in that respect. But most of this is going to be quite far away from the player, so we can afford to make some of this quite big through here. And we'll just whack in a little bit of the lighter one. Not too much. Just in a few of the bigger spaces. Not sure how far down I want to take it yet. I definitely want to get this section done up to sort of here. Try and get all this finished. Shouldn't take long. Just got to be tight coming through here because we don't want to block off the bunker view. Still not sure I'm going to finish the top of that bunker. Again, I would be having surface weathering all along the top there, but we can't do that, so I won't keep going on about it. Because I think you got the gist by now. So when we've got on up, I think we'll go up to the top of here and then we'll start running in some grass in a minute just to see what that looks like going through there. Again, most of this is quite far back from the player's shot. It should be up by that bunker there. So we can afford to be a little bit bigger through here. get that in, and we just need this little section bit there. Bit over there. I probably will want to do something with the rock work here, because we will be having a hole coming back this way, so we kind of need to have some sort of decent finish on that little bit. So that's pretty good for now. How tight can we make this bit? Put a small one in there. The more sort of bushes I get in, the less grass I've got to feel, so I'll do for a minute. Get a bit of our grass. Use that one for now. Make it quite big. Just spam some of this in. Getting a bit uniform through there, so we'll try and break it up with a little bit of this. We've also got the other one as well. Let's have a look from a distance. Yeah, I can see quite a severe line coming through there. How much I can break that up. A tiny bit better. Let's try and get a bit of this in. If that helps. Tiny bit. I think we'll run a lot of that through here. Some of that going, and then we'll try a bit just coming up this hill. That's about where we want to get to in terms of grass work. So along that bit, I'm just going to break that little bit up with a bush. Go really small. We'll take it right to the edge of that grass as close as we can. Find a flattish bit. Try and get one in there. Raise one up a little bit. Yeah, that should break that up a bit now. Okay, and we're going to run a bit of grass through here. Try a bit of this first, and we can always use the other one to fill in the little gaps. Okay, that's that. Looks okay. We're going to take this a bit closer now. That's pretty much that. I think we'll take it a little bit tighter through here. Twist the angle around. That should finish that edge off. Looks fine. We need something through here. We'll definitely need some bushwork, some trees and stuff, because we're going to have to do a little bit more. Yeah, I can get the angle there. take it up to here, won't we? Finish that bit. It's pretty cool. Okay, just that's fine. And we just need a bush there. Let's go for the dark one. We'll try and take that round and finish this front edge off. It's quite late here, so I'm a little bit tired at the minute. But I want to get this done for you guys and myself. Looking forward to getting the hole finished. I know that much. Not sure where to put that one. Try that. Then we just need to run that bit of grass around the front. Hopefully that will finish that little bit off. I want to extend that cart path out a tiny bit. As you can see, I've got a bit of polishing to do. That bush is sticking out beyond my grass there, so when we finish the course at the end, we'll go through all that and tidy up those edges. That's that. So I just want to extend that cart path out a bit. There's some spline. Get it up to about that. Again, we can't really put no surface weathering along there. Do you want me to go on about it again? Just, I don't know. I don't understand why they did it like that. Must have been a bug or something they didn't realise it could do with a patch, though. I know that much. Especially when I had that weird thing appear in the last episode. Didn't like that. Let's have a look at our tee shot, because we have got to do a bit of work around that as well. I definitely need just one more bush up here. I can see something up here. Okay, that's that. Maybe even in there as well. Right, we've obviously got to do more rock work around this bit. I'm thinking of coming back along here for 18. Coming down and have a green about here somewhere. So that will need to be done at some point. Let's have a look at our tee shot. Starting to fill in more. We need something on this left, all this bit here running down to say about here at the moment, just to finish that off. So I am thinking what's bushes along the edge, and then we need to cut it down to grass by the time we get there. because I don't want to lose too much of that view in the background. So we'll start up here. Make a lot of this quite big and thick. Got the edge of our putting green there. Couple more of those. So we need to go quite low as well there because of that tee box, the green tee. Ooh. So it's going to be a lot of grass this area, isn't it? To keep it nice and low. But we need to save some space because that's quite a big chunk of area to put grass in. We need to be a bit careful. Does that look like? Should be fine. We need something over here. Again, I don't want to take it too high because I don't want to lose that view of the sea in the background. So that will mainly be grass. That one's a bit high. That's that. Nothing there, not too much there. That's about it, I think. Now we're looking at a bit of grass. The grass at the top I need to keep quite small because I don't want to obscure too much of the fence. Somebody asked me the other day, do I single plant grass? And if you call this single planting, yeah. Just got a quick thumb. They said it must take forever. Not really. Grass you can do pretty quick, as long as you're zigzagging and not keeping too many straight lines. You can, and as I've always said, it's always down to how close you zoom in, to how thick you get it, how much you waste. It's all down to your thickness. So we'll just finish off around that. And we will get this bit going. So if we do it up to here along that line and then back up, that should cover that whole section. So let's crack on. We're going to be putting a lot more rock work in there, so that will be filled in with some more bushes when we can see the bits that we need to fill in. I'm happy with our meter. Sitting on 48, 4.8 is nothing for the amount we've done so far. We've done quite a bit of planting. Some clubhouse area, golf clubs and benches and little things like that. It's more detail to put in, but we're fine. So let's have a look at that from a distance. Looks okay. Spin it around again. I'm going to have to throw in a few different bits of grass colour as well. Should be that. We can definitely get some more bushes in there now. Try a light one. Keep it really light. Gets good coverage. It's pretty cool. So over there I can see a bit of a problem, so we'll just get a bush in there. And we'll put a dark one in, I think. Break that up. Should be good. So grass now. Through here. Let's try and go up to about here. A lot of this is going to be in the player's view, so we've got to be a bit more careful with how we're throwing this down. Change our angles a little bit more. Make it nice and small. And like I said, we will be throwing in a bit of that other grass. What is that going to look like right in front of the tee box? I don't like that. Take that bit back out. So we need to come up. We'll just have to run a bit more heavy rough there, I think. That's fine. So how far can we get away with that? That's all we can do really. We'll have to just throw it in low down. It's going to be a bit of the way of that tee box, but that's the red tee, so I'm not expecting many people to be playing off that. If you do, you're going to get a bit of grass in your view. It's alright. Looking okay. It's fine. So come up a bit. I think we'll run a bit in and we'll put in a bit of that light colour bush in around here. So we can save some meter. Bit of grass, a bit of dirt showing ain't gonna hurt. Definitely need to put grass through there. Should do that. Let's get a bit through here. Bit around here. I'll do there for a minute. That bit's be quite thick. That should do it. So look at our tee shot. We will be adding more detail in there. put the odd plant here and there that's a bit different. Bits of grass that are a bit different. Got that one which I've used a few times over there. I want something different in there. That shouldn't affect too much. I'd like to get something different through here. Yeah, so we use this. Just run a little bit of that through that area. Do for a minute. I'd like something off the top of this point here. Plants. What have we got? We got a fern. Look right up there. Put one over here again. Don't want to overuse that. Boom. So if we are in New Zealand, for example, I know they get quite a lot of lupins out there, so we can try a few of these. Might break it up a little bit more. Let's take it down. Can we get one over here? A few over here would look quite nice. One up there, quite high. Along there, that should do that. What about over here? What can we put? Try one there. Save that. See what we've done. So just through that gap there, about here on that thing, I just want to put something there that's a bit taller. Maybe a different colour looping. This is how anal I do get when I come to planting. I was hoping that one would cover it, but let's try a different colour. L. Pink. See if that's in the right spot. I could probably get another one just on the edge of there. That might look quite nice. I don't want to overdo the pink. Leave that for a minute. The pink one on the right looks fine. The pink one on the left just needs to come forward a bit, I think. It's not looking bad. Okay. Still not sold on those two trees on the right yet. So if I bring that down into there, make it a bit bigger, what does that do? Make that one taller as well. That looks nicer. Okay, we're okay at the moment. Done a good chunk of stuff there. Let's go. We're going to carry on around to that back point, try and get all this filled in. So I might just start working on this, work my way back. I can definitely get a nice bit of detail in here, some plants and things like the lupins and things like that. Get something going through there. Be able to stick a few rocks in there as well. Give that a little feel of something more interesting. Change the bush. See, now I've pretty much got my fillers now. I can just add little bits of detail here and there with different plants and stuff that are going to be in the player's eye. Pretty much got the colours we want. So we can start to move forward with our planting now. Got our textures, what we want. We faffed around for a long time there at the start of this. It's just struggled to get the right view. I like the view now, but we definitely need to bloody come to a decision about the how much we can sacrifice per surface weather. I'll change it back to boreal in a second and we'll see how different the hole looks, just for argument's sake. It's coming together nice. Starting to look like an interesting hole. We've still got quite a bit of work to do with it. The first hole, as I say, has always got to be something that people look at and go, cool, that looks cool. So we need to make sure we overplant it, get it nice and thick, interesting, but within reasonable, sensible limits, so we can still carry on with the rest of the course and not sacrifice too much. I noticed on Crazy Canucks new course the other day. I really liked it. I did notice some of the back nine looked a little bit sparse in places, so I was wondering if he struggled with a little bit with the meter and stuff. It was a nice layout. I liked the course for that. It was good. Nice play. Did a good job. But yeah, there was a few holes on the back that I thought looked a bit sparse. It's difficult. Especially he was working with Luke Kwan when he to design it, so it'd be fun to do. Something like that. Yeah, because I'm still not overly sold with the texture of the fairway and stuff. Not 100% sure how much I like it. We can definitely leave that to that. We're going to be running some grass in through here, so just want to finish off this leading edge up to about there. We'll run grass through that little section. Let's change our bush. And work out what I'm going to do just above those two bunkers. I think I'm going to have to change the grass to the other sort of grass, my favourite one. The one that angles slightly, bends over in the wind sort of grass. I can take this as close as I dare. bit in the middle. Let's change it to the other one. We've still got the light one to go as well. Yeah, it's just a case of how close can I get this bush in this little gap, and then just hand plant some grass around there. That will be sort of what I call planting individual pieces, just at angles. One bit in there maybe. We've gone around the top of it quite nice, we've got quite close. It's alright, that's fine. Alright, so we'll carry that along up here, and we'll come back and put a couple of lighter bits of grass in there as well. Lighter bits of bush, using the light coloured one. Otherwise we'll end up to no texture in the colour. We don't want that. And one more. See, we can't really put, yeah, we'll have to hand plant this grass all along this edge here, because it'll be off the ground otherwise, risen up. That won't work. So get this one, we'll just try and drop it in here and there just to break up all that dark green. See a spot there, and anything through here, something there maybe, and another one where that sandy colour is there. Okay, so that finishes off that little section. Not quite, because we do need to fill in on this bit of, then we can go grass planting. Finish those edges off. Put one small, couple of small ones in. So when you try and mix up your colours, you don't just want to go there, there, there. They'll look so too uniform. You've really got to try and sort of do it in little clumps. Nothing that's too staggered. Go dark light, dark light, dark light. It just looks not part of what we're trying to achieve. Get another one in here. And that one there maybe, and then we'll change to that other coloured bush. So we've got plenty of room. The player's never going to really be up there with his shot, so we can afford to take that grass quite close to the fairway. It's well out of reach, 409 yard drive. And just change that one to that. So that should do that. Okay, that's filling in, cool. Just got to work out what we're going to do here. Definitely got to do something. Lay in a bit of that. I could see a little spot there that could do it a bit. Yeah, so we definitely need to fill in this side as well. Might as well just have a quick run of it. So we're pretty much on grass planting. I think that is the dog that wants to go out, so 2 seconds. Right, professional as always. Should do a live for this really, shouldn't I? At least I'll have more time. So, it's quite a long run, isn't it? To try and get around to here. I might leave it for a little bit. I just want to raise up that bit there. I'm going to focus on the other side for a bit, because I've still got to put some rock work in there and stuff, so. I want to know how much I've got to fill in before I start planting too much there. Just fill in this little bit. One there, one there, and there. I've got a funky bit up there. Needs sorting out, a little kink. What have we got? Fairway. Delete that point. Should sort that out a bit. Just a slight rise. I want to flatten using the raise tool. Anything between 4 and 6 inches should do. Most of the fine sculpting like those bits. So there's definitely something else there I need to delete a point on. Just need to find my fairway spline. Try that one. Looks a bit smarter. Okay, that's working for a bit. How long have we got left? 18 minutes. I think we'll just do a bit of single planting along here now. And this, we're moving along nicely. I'll come back on tomorrow. See, I mean, the main reason why I did want to do this as well is because I haven't been posting many videos lately. I was obviously doing Fairhaven Bay and I was sort of quite engrossed in that. I was trying to think of a way of incorporating what I do with doing a video, so I thought I would try and do an opening hole video and call it what I called it, so I could at least crack on with a new course and do videos on it and get some content out, because I've been struggling for time to do my designing plus videos. So hopefully it's of interest. At least you can see how much time goes into an opening hole to make it work and be something sort of that the player can look at from his first shot and think, this looks cool. You have got to invest time. Like I say, once you've got everything that you want, this is why I plant like this, because once I've got everything I want, I can just smash through the course and not worry about how I'm going to plant it or anything. I know all my bushes, all my grasses, all my textures, so I can keep it consistent then. So that's the main reason for that. I'm sure I've mentioned it. So that's going to finish that area off. I just need a tiny bit down here, so I'm coming back in this way and definitely a bit across this bush here. Don't want it to dominate. We can always add a bit more if we need to. Just need to finish off around here a bit. It's just a really good grass, this one, just to do this sort of work, where you've got it sinks down nicely and you can hide the stems, and you've got lots of angles that or steep inclines that you're trying to lay grass on. This is the one to do it, because you can't see any stems there, and they all shoot out as I bury it. The bits I want to use just come out of the ground nicely, so I can make it thick just by keep laying it and twisting it. It gives you a nice finish. Definitely want to put one more along there. Try that for now. So you can see what we need to do. We need to do the same through here, all through this section. This will probably see us out for the rest of the video because it's a little bit time consuming. I do want to raise that bump up a bit there. As I notice things, I do try and do them so I don't miss them. So easy to miss stuff. Let's try and get that a bit straighter. No, that'll do it. I don't mind a little bit for character. Don't want it dead straight. Grass. But yeah, I do find it quite hard sometimes as well doing these videos to sound really upbeat. I'm not this miserable normally. It's just the more I concentrate, the sort of more I go within myself. I'm just, my brain's ticking over and I'm not really, I'm sort of waffling. I'm trying to keep it, just tell you everything I'm doing that's going on in my head as I'm doing it. And it's hard, I'm not like an Apex Hound character who's full of jovial laughs and stuff. He's good at what he does, but if I was playing more, I might be able to be like that. But when you've been trying to concentrate and design, it's kind of takes that away from you. It's a lot of concentration and thought process. I think I said it earlier, I don't know how some of those YouTubers do the playing and talking, and obviously helps them while they're doing it. So I think some of them. Because when I'm doing this, I find that really difficult. So I'm going to come out of that and see if I can get away with just spamming some grass now, because we're getting a little bit flatter through here, so I might be able to just fill in a little bit and just tidy up the edges of these bushes with a bit of grass, and we can always come back and do another one with the other grass I like to use, or I have been using. So we've got a bit through that. There's a bit of ironing to sort out through this part of the fairway. I won't do that on the camera, but I need to just sort out all these lumps and bumps just on that little run there. So that'll do for a minute. And I'm also going to do a little run of this stuff just to break all that up. Finish that off up to that. We do need an entrance onto the fairway, onto the green from the cart path, which that would have been a good spot to do it. But we'll just have to let them come around the back and onto it that way. Anyone who's using the path. So we can see we need a big long grass run now. Huge one. All the way along there. So quickly we can get that done. There's a bit of flattening on the grass there, and that path was a bit wonky. Wonky donkey. Give it a little twist. Dog wants to come back in from the garden. I'm going to have to let him in. And we're nearly there. We don't need to be too thick for it there. Let's let this dog in. inside. Let's crack on. See, I can get away with that grass there without the stem showing, so we'll run a bit through there as well. Just to break up that light colour. Keep that cracking on through there, that'll do. Okay. That looks pretty good. All looks fine. I'm going to make it a little bit more around here as well, I think. That'll do for that. Nice. Don't know if to have a bit up to sort of there, I think. Just to highlight that little part there. I don't know. I'll leave it for now. I can always take that out. That's cool. I'll leave that unless I take it up to say there, about here. Yeah, I'll do it. And then I'm just going to fill in this little section through here. Background to that. So we are going to do loads of rock stuff there, so I'm not sure how close I need to bring that grass yet. That's cool. What's the time? 9 minutes left. We can definitely get this right side done. Get that down. 6.4%. Looking okay. If I can get the blooming first hole done under 10%, geez, that's probably a first. I've been as high as blooming 20%, 30% on the first hole sometimes. That's pretty flipping good. Gives me a lot of confidence that we can put a lot of detail into this. Definitely going to put in some rock work in some little gaps on this little bit of raised, what do I want to call it, this raised bit. That'll do. So let's try and find a bit of rock. Can we get like this sort of shape hidden in? Just little bits of rock sticking through. Some grass around it in a minute. Bit there. A little bit there. Need to change the shape. Get it round. Something like that. I can definitely get some interesting plants and things and ferns up there to fill in some spaces. Got some lupins to go in there. Might as well do a little bit of that while we're here. I'll do it for a minute. I want to get something on the end here. I'll do it. So I want to cover that big one. We'll try a light bush covering that. That'll do it. Try and fill in a few gaps. There's a funny little bit there I just want to fill. That should do, and then a bit of light on the corner. I'll do that. So really, all we got to do is finally just finish a little bit of grass around there. Do that quick. So we've got quite a bit of planting done in an hour. So a nice bit of work. It's 20 past 11 now, so I've done enough for tonight. Just finish that off. Don't want to stay up too late. God, there was a time in my designing where I was sitting up till 3 in the morning, but I've cut that out now. I was getting out of hand and couldn't function the next day. So luckily I've stopped all that. So we could definitely get some interesting bits in and around here. Just don't want to be too continuous with it. Some ferns. Got a bit of that light grass we can put in. Make it a bit bigger. Try and get some little fake surface weathering bits going through. It's cool. Up there. Add a bit of light in that shadowy bit. And a bit in that shadowy bit there. It's not really coming through. That'll do it. Where can we get a fern in plants? Let's make it nice and big. Looks a bit too tropical. A bit too big. That'll do it. Don't want to overdo them. We can always get some nice runner loopings through here. I don't think I can spam them because they'll all be the same height and different angles. I'll try a few and then drop a couple down different height and see if we can get away with it. Yeah, that's alright. We'll stick in a couple of pink ones for texture in there. Nice one up there. Can I get any through here? Yeah, that'll look quite nice off the top there. Definitely there. We'll go for a white. I'll stick a few down here. Definitely there. Stick one there. That's okay for the moment. Definitely put a few up here to make that a bit more interesting. So we've got 2 minutes left of our video done tonight. Done a decent bit of work. We'll stick a fern there, I think. For now, that'll do. Can we get something on the edge there? Just putting. You want to try and avoid doing is just putting stuff in for the sake of it. I'll do for a minute. We'll leave that. So yeah, we've achieved quite a lot there. Decent bit of planting tonight. We'll have a look at our tee shot. We might just play the hole quickly. We've got a minute left. So thanks for watching. Sticking with me. It's definitely starting to take shape now. Definitely a little bit of sculpting to do just along that point there. Just around that corner, but we've got to put rock work in there yet, so we'll leave that for a bit. Just want to have a look what it looks like with those loopings there. It looks okay. Let's get this shot going. Like I say, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the videos and the series. I will see you tomorrow for the next instalment of getting this blooming hole done, and yeah, hopefully we'll be getting close to the end now. So thanks for watching everyone, take it easy.